I have no faith in humanity anymore. Some of you may recall a couple years ago or so, I was telling you about those people that moved into the neighborhood, and it was a woman who lost use of her legs. I'm not sure how, but the whole thing is her little dog is not trained. People drive way too fast around here. They don't follow the speed limit, and there can always be visitors that don't give a fuck about the speed limit. I'm not the only one that's been upset about that. One time, this stupid person, this woman delivering papers, was speeding, and people walk around here. We walk with our dogs. You're not supposed to be doing that, but people don't give a shit. And even people who live here have gone too fast, okay? And where this woman lives, moved into, is actually one of the streets that they've complained about big time, because the speed limit is still the same, but it's closer to the main road, and people just don't think, you know. Some of you remember me being all upset. I know some of you might even remember being upset about the cat, but a cat's a different story. That woman up there just couldn't control her cat. She decided it wasn't going to be I know. She's elderly. She decided it couldn't be an indoor cat, and the cat is still alive. It's amazing. All right? This is a situation where this little papillion, this little ball of nothing, okay, a little tiny dog, who, because I cared enough, because I was just yelling, because I have a right to yell. If your dog runs, I don't want to witness your dog getting killed in front of me, okay? And if your dog runs into the road, and I know people go through too fast, because I've had to yell at people going too fast around here when I'm just trying to walk Omar, okay? They're supposed to go slow. I cared enough, rather than to just yell, to go up and tell her. This was like the second time I said to her, the first time I think I just yelled, okay? The second time I came up to her and I said, I'm sorry for yelling, but I don't want your dog to get killed. And she explained to me, yeah, I'm in a wheelchair and I only have caregivers Monday through Friday, and it's difficult to have them on the weekend, blah, blah, whatever. And then I became somewhat, not friends with her, but I mean, I got to talk to her and whatever, and I'm like, but you know, you love your dog. I know you love your dog as much as I love my Omar. Your dog's not trained. Your dog runs into the road. Your dog's going to get killed one of these days. There could be 100 times, there could be 1,000 times it doesn't get killed, and then that one time is all the time it needs. I cared enough, okay, to explain to her, people don't follow the speed limit around here. We've had to put up numerous complaints. People don't follow the speed limit. Your dog's going to get killed one of these days. This is a situation, it's kind of the same with Angel, okay? When my mom had Angel out that time, if there's nothing to distract the dog, now then Omar's blind, I don't really have to worry about him running away. But I still, you know what I mean? But when he wasn't blind, are you kidding me? Now, as long as the dog is not distracted by a person, by an animal, by another dog, your dog will come when he's called, okay? A lot of dogs are like that, but if they're distracted, they're not going to come when they're called. In this instance, that dog might come in when he's called. It's a crapshoot. I was just down there walking Omar and saw in the distance the fucking dog, little tiny thing, right in the middle of the road. I started yelling, okay? It's either that person's family member or more than likely a lazy caregiver. There's no fucking excuse. You understand? It's laziness. They don't put the dog on a leash and the dog runs in the road. One of these days it's going to get killed. Now that it's spring and summer, I'm going to be walking Omar all the time. I can guarantee you there's going to be a time that that dog runs into the road rather like it was just now. Why are people so fucking lazy? Oh, I'm sorry, because it's caregivers who don't give a shit, okay? This woman loves her dog, but if she's not aware of what her lazy caregivers are doing, instead of putting the dog on a leash, and then I talked to someone I haven't even met yet. She just moved in a year ago, and I just wanted to vent. I just like telling her like, cause I'm like, do you have animals? She's like, yeah. I'm like, if your dog was untrained, would you have him loose in the yard? And she's like, no. And I explained what the deal was with this little dog and that I cared enough more than once to say something. It's been years now, and they still are letting this dog out in the yard, not on a leash, because they're too lazy to put him on a leash and take him out in the yard. And he comes when he's called if there's no distractions. It's just pure laziness, mind you, laziness. And when the woman said, you know, I can't have no use of my legs, I'm in a wheelchair, I don't have a choice, you know, that was the day the dog was following me and Omar down the street, and I cared enough to bring the dog back, but I also was going to lecture the woman, and then I found out the deal. I'm like, all right, but can't you do something else? And then I said, couldn't you put him on a runner? And she's like, well, he won't go to the bathroom. But at least that isn't, I'm like, but you're going to be devastated. Talk to your children. Set up something. You're going to be devastated if something happens to your dog. These people drive too fast around here. Now it's been years, and the dog was just in the middle of the road right now, and I am disgusted. I am sickened. I'm sickened. In one ear, out the other. The same people who are so stupid that they don't realize that an untrained dog should never be off leash, dog, especially when he runs into the friggin' road, okay, are the same people who are going to cry their eyes out